As you can see, guys, there's so much water in this greenhouse without me even watering it. Look how much is pouring out of there just from the condensation, right? When the sun comes out, look at the water here running. See it running? So that's pretty cool. It's like a self-watering system. Yeah, very nice. So as you can see, it's just dripping, water dripping everywhere here. Yeah, but there's one downside to all this free water, and that is mold. As you saw in a recent video, yeah, everything's soaking wet. I don't even have to water anything. I did put in sea salt. I gave sea salt to everything a few days ago when we got back from our trip. But this is like a dripping tap, right? A leaking tap. Look at all the water on the star apple, and that's coming from above, from up there. It's coming from all the roof. Look at that. See that? Every leaf is covered in water. And like I said, mold. Mold is the enemy here. As you saw with this honey gold. See that mold there? That's the problem that I have to deal with. And the other problem will be bugs. Now, there's a bit of mold here too. Well, I don't know if that's mold, but yeah, that's the Sapodia seedlings. So it's a fine balance between getting these wet and getting these moldy, as you saw with the perlite the other day. See how it's turning green? So I'm watching this daily to make sure it stays good and not make things go bad. This here, I might just remove leaves like that. Yep. Leaves like that. From the cherry moyas, there's a few of them that fell on the ground over the last few weeks that I haven't picked up. But this is what I do every day. Wow. The smell of these cherry moya leaves is insane. Wow. It smells so sweet and tropical. They smell like tropical rainforest. Really sweet. So this is what I do, guys, every day. Oh, there's a bit of moldy white coming on here with the lemon drop mangosteen seeds which never germinated. I'm gonna have to take that out. Take out all these trays that never germinated over summer, right? And put in their place some seedlings that need to go in here. What am I talking about? I'm talking about these guys here. See these? These could do with the greenhouse. These are the grumechama seeds. And these are, wow, these aren't looking good, are they? These are blue butterfly peas. Wow. They've had it. I don't know if that's from the cold. I don't know how tropical these are, but look at that. That doesn't look good at all. I grew these from my wife. She wanted them for color in the garden. Wow, way. It's only like mid-autumn. It's not even winter. Yeah, I should have put them in the greenhouse. I'll do that. There's a slight chance they can survive, but evidently they're not as strong as the ice cream beans. or the Grumi Chamas. Look at these champions compared to that. See how every plant is different in its tolerance of cold. Wow. I'm going to take this tray of Grumi Chamas into the greenhouse first. So this is what I do, guys, almost every day. I do small things like this, small jobs, right? There's always things to do in the garden, always. So I'm going to pull out those trays there that didn't sprout, right? And put these guys in their place that did sprout. And I should have done this a month ago. So these are all the trays that I took out of the greenhouse that didn't do anything for the last 4 months. Yep, since December. So December, January, February, March, April. That's 5 months. No go, no germination. So I freed up all that row there. I freed up all that row there, and I got one space here. So I'm gonna put the Grumi Chamas right there to keep the jackfruits happy. And there it is. That's how we roll. See that? So these now will stand a better chance to grow over the winter. Although they were doing pretty good, I don't want to push my luck, right? Grumi Chama. These are from my tree, from my fruit, the seeds from my fruit. And I don't know what I'm going to do with all these seedlings, by the way. As I said, with the jackfruits, the aim is to try to get them to fruit. Growing them is not hard as plants. You just keep them in the greenhouse protected, and you'll have a tree up to there, right? By getting them to fruit in ground. That's the aim, guys. That's the goal. They do it so easily up in southeast Queensland and northern New South Wales, where they get frosts. Yep, they get frost, and yet they fruit. Well, we get frost as well, but we can't get them to fruit, and we're gonna figure out why, and we're gonna succeed. Okay, so that's what we're doing here. Next. So now that I have all the empty, well, not empty, but non-germinated pots here, what I do is I reuse the soil. I don't just tip it out, and I put it into a big pot in here for any use that it can come to when I'm repotting. When I'm doing bananas, repotting bananas or lilies, ornamentals, it's just soil that I've got handy. So now I'm gonna start a second pot as storage, and that's where these guys are gonna go. Okay, as I emptied this pot here, the egg fruit, look what came out. A germinated seed. So guess what? I'm gonna put that back in the pot and put it back in the greenhouse. See? So I'm emptying these pots carefully. So out of all those small pots, these ones were worth giving a second try, because as I emptied all of them, they were all germinated. Yeah, all of them had germinated. So I just put them back in the pots and see what happens. I've got nothing to lose, right? Whereas all the other little pots were dead. Just threw out the seeds. Like, yuck. That's a durian seed. I didn't make it. I don't know what seed that was, but just threw them out. Not worth it. All right, let's go on to the next task. So next, guys, is baby care. Yeah, baby care. This is a super sook, the white wax jambu, and it's already showing signs of cold damage. Look at that at the bottom. It's dropped a lot of leaves, like half the leaves, or maybe more than half, and it's only these ones at the top left. I just picked this up from Dailies like only a month ago, back in early March. So this is a super sook. This is what a super sook looks like 2 months before winter. It's not even close to winter, and he's freaking out. So what do we do with super sooks? We definitely don't leave him out in the greenhouse. He was there. So he's gonna be saying goodbye to his friends. Bye bye. I'm too much of a sook to stay out here with you. So the only place left for him is in the heated house where we are. He's gonna be sleeping with us. So now, let's see how he does in here. In the house with us. Yep. See if this will help keep him not only alive, but to return back to his glory. So he's got company. There's 2 of them here now. The greatest sook of all, which is the purple mangosteen, and he's been in here now for 2 weeks, or 3 weeks actually. Come on, focus. Oh wow, I wonder why the focus isn't working. There you are. This is the mangosteen, and he was doing the same with his leaves, dropping leaves and turning funky at the edge, right? I also got this guy at the beginning of March. So these are only recent arrivals from Dailies, and yet they're flipping out halfway through autumn. Anyway, I hope they enjoy the view, right? It's a beautiful view out there, and a beautiful sunny day too. And there's room here for maybe 6 of these sooks. So whoever comes next will be in here. I think it'll be star apples. They'll be next. The kaimito. And maybe imbi. And we'll see who else starts to cry. The tears are these little tips. These are their tears. They're like human tears, right? This guy hasn't been watered at all since I brought him in here 2 weeks ago, and he's still wet, still moist, with no water for 2 weeks, right? And look, it's got a ducted heating, right? 24 hours heating. Wow, what a luxury! What a freaking luxury these sooks require. Yeah, and the temperature here in the house is 20 Celsius. Doesn't matter what it is outside, it can be snowing. It's always a constant 20 in here. And as I've said before, I've got this as a second backup, if need be. The spare bathroom, which we don't use. And this is where I germinated all the ice cream beans last winter, if you remember. And they did well. So we have a second backup in here if needed, and that's also got heating right there. Huh? Luxuries everywhere. You're gonna have a spa bath. Oh my gosh, never heard of such a thing. The other option was to put a heater in here, and I checked out the heating options. There were 2 of them, one with a fan, right? And that was about $120, not too bad. But the consumption was bad. You know, looking at about $500 in 3 months of heating. Too much. to keep it heated all winter. And the other option was one of those tube heaters, very, very low consumption, but I don't know if that would have been adequate because it's only like 40 watts as opposed to 1,000 watts on the other heater. So I just decided to bugger that and just put the super sooks in the house. This one will be next. This super sook will be next, the star apple. See what's going on here? Huh? Yeah, he's the only sook left here in this greenhouse. And there's a couple of others in the other bigger greenhouse that are sooking like him. But I've made room in the house for that time when it arises. There's always work to do. There's always things to do. It's not just eating fruit, right? So what I'm gonna do now is put these guavas in the sun now that winter is coming, because this darn white Chateau mulberry, as hard as I try to keep it down, keeps growing non-stop, right? It's the opposite problem of what you just saw with the gee, what was it already? I forgot what I put in. Yeah, the wax jambu. So this is the complete opposite. He's growing too much. So because he's a constant grower, vigorous, he keeps shading these guavas. I don't mind so much in summer, right? In summer it doesn't matter so much. They get filtered sun like this and a lot of heat. But now they're getting filtered sun but no heat. And the heat of course comes from the sun, right? So what I'm gonna do is put them out into the full sun. Plenty of room. Full sun here, full sun there, and full sun over here. All day sun instead of being shaded. They're guavas. They're tropical guavas. I don't want shade, right? These don't want shade. Look at the red one. It's not getting any sun. So let's do that. And we use a trolley so we don't break our backs. Here we go. So one-handed affair with one hand when you have the right tools. When you don't have the right tools, it's 1 month in bed with back pain. Speaking from experience, of course. All right. Right here for you, matey. See that? Just like that, full sun. Just rotate him a bit. Okay, I decided to put him over there instead because this is a busy passageway here when we go to check the mail and do stuff. Just keep it open. All right, let's move the next one. All right, guys, I got the purple guava and the China pear planted, situated now in a new location in full sun for at least let's see, at least 6 hours a day of winter sun, maybe more. Look at that, beautiful. And the little red one I put there. Right, that's the most tropical out of all of them. The Malaysian red. And that's the Mexican cream. That's a little shaded from the black sapote, but it's only for like maybe half an hour. Yeah, that's not a problem. And I can also move him again if I need to. Yeah. So that's it. Next job will be to prune this white sapote a little bit because he got out of hand. As much as I like his style and his form, he's casting a shadow over the papaya, right? And we don't like that. Well, right now it's not. Now it's the apricot. But the apricot drops all its leaves in winter. So in a month from now, there won't be any leaves left on this apricot. So he'll be fine with that. But this white sapote needs to be pruned just for that reason of see that? Look. See, it's small things like this. And look at the cara. You can't even see the cara. This is a blood orange. It's in full shade. And we can't have that, guys. Look, full shade. It's a dwarf. Just got it a few months ago. And this guy, this white sapote, wasn't a good idea to plant this here, by the way, but oh well, it's done now. The problem's this guy here. All this. All that there. That's causing the shade. So I'm going to start pruning the white sapote. Oh, and this papaya here is also getting shaded by the mulberry, the white shatut. See that? That's only now. Now the time is 12:30 p.m. just past noon. All morning this was getting sun, but all afternoon it's shadowed. It's shaded by the mulberry. See? Problem. And it's going to be hard to trim this. A lot of work, but I have to do what I have to do, guys. See, it's these little things that we don't think about or forget or you know, go unseen. So a little bit of pruning to do here and here. What a beautiful day. Might as well have a snack too of some pineapple guavas for Joas, which have fallen on the ground. That's when you pick them. Well, that's when you eat them. So guys, that's the white sapote butchered. I removed around 30 to 40% of the tree. That's how much was up here. And now, well, everyone's happy. Look at this. All this. Remember a moment ago, the cara was in full shade? Well, it's not anymore. Problem fixed. Yeah, you got to get on top of it. These things get out of hand like the mulberry. Mulberry, the white sapote, nice problem to have, isn't it? These guys get out of hand and obstruct the smaller trees from sun. Papaya, I'm gonna do this next, but I'm not gonna butcher this as hard. Yeah, so I'll do that now. The mulberry for its upteenth time, going up to the power lines. Bad placement of this tree. Be careful where you plant these things. The white mulberry, it's a shocker. Look at the papaya over there. It's in full shade. See that? All right, we're done with the mulberry too. That was a light trim. A light trimmer yet. Looks like I cut down 5 trees. So now that's helping the papaya here. Of course, this guy, the mandarin, helping that papaya just a little bit. Forgot to get this branch. So helping the mango a lot. Mango is getting full sun now, like full on, all day. And the custard apple and everything else. So check it out. This is the mulberry, the white shatut. This is a light trim. This is what a light trim looks like at Fruitopia. And the white sapote. I also gave the Hicks fancier a tip at the top. just a small one. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this video on what I do around the garden in between picking fruit and eating fruit, which is what everyone loves to do, but there's a lot of work involved in the real world of gardening. Thanks for watching, and see you from the next video.